Cornbread doesn't have to be difficult with these super simple and quick cheddar jalapeno muffins. Hi, I'm Kimber. I'm a baker, cookbook author, and TV personality. Today I'm going to show you how to make a super simple but delicious cheddar and jalapeno cornbread muffin. And for added texture and crunch, we're going to top it with some Lizzie's low sugar maple and pecan granola. The ingredients for the recipe are very straightforward and simple. We're going to use 125 grams of plain flour. Add that to our bowl, along with 75 grams of fine cornmeal. And then for our extra flavorings, we're gonna add a little bit of paprika. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of this. I'm using a smoked paprika to add that really nice smoky flavor. And then for lift, we're gonna add 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then just to make sure it is well seasoned, we're also going to add a teaspoon of salt. So just whisk all of that together just to make sure everything is nice and combined. There is no need to sieve with this recipe, just make sure it's well whisked. And then for the liquid goods, what we are going to do is use melted butter. So we're gonna do 100 grams of butter that has been melted. We're just gonna scrape that into a jug. And then we are going to use 2 large eggs. Just break those straight into our butter. And then cornbread often has a little bit of sweetness to it, so I'm gonna use honey. I'm just gonna drizzle in a tablespoon of honey and then whisk everything together. So just drizzle that in, make sure you get every last bit, and then just whisk everything until it's combined. You need to do this for just for a little while because the honey won't quite combine easily at the start. So once our liquid goods are combined, it's simply a mixture of bringing the two together. So you need to make a well in the dry goods, and then we're gonna pour in our wet goods. So pour that into the middle. And then, because we need to add a little extra flavor, something more interesting, I'm gonna add 75 grams of grated mature cheddar, something really nice and strong, so that adds a lot of flavor. And then we're gonna add 50 grams of pickled jalapenos. And if you want, you don't like jalapenos or you want something else or another layer of flavor, you could also add some chopped parsley, some coriander, or any other spicing really that you like. So just add that to our bowl. So at this stage, we're just going to gently stir it together. This is quite a thick batter, so don't worry if it looks a little thicker than you might expect. All you're aiming for is for the flour to disappear into the batter. So now that our batter is ready, we're gonna put it into a muffin pan. So I'm using tulip muffin cases. They look really nice, but also it helps to give a really nice sized muffin. So these make 6. We're just gonna line 6 cases into our tin. And then I'm gonna use a mechanical ice cream scoop to portion this out. Obviously, if you don't have one, you can just use spoons, but this really helps to create a really nice, even sized muffin for each portion. So just scoop those into our case. And as you can see, the batter is really nice and thick, which means you're gonna get a really nice, pillowy, soft muffin. And then for a little extra texture, we're gonna use about 6 tablespoons of the Lizzie's low sugar granola. Using the low sugar because the recipe's not too sweet and we really just want added texture. So just sprinkle that over the muffin. It's gonna give a really nice added crunch. And then to finish, I'm also gonna add another jalapeno on top of each muffin. Just give a nice look to them. And obviously I really love the jalapeno, so it's added flavor as well. And then because everything needs a little bit extra cheese, we're just gonna grate over just a little extra of that cheddar, which will caramelize really nicely as those muffins bake. So to bake these, we're gonna put them into an oven that has been preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 160 degrees on a fan oven. And then I'm gonna go in the oven for about 20-25 minutes until everything is nicely golden brown. And when you lightly press on the top of the muffins, they spring back to the touch. So these are our finished muffins. Let them cool just slightly so so they're still nice and warm, and you get this delicious tender muffin with a really nice texture and crunch from the Lizzie's granola. So whether you're serving these with a big bowl of chili, with your family around the table, or you've got friends around for a brunch, split these open, spread them with a little bit of salted butter. They are delicious in so many different ways.